Welcome to this lesson where we want to look at how do we multiply decimal numbers. Okay, so these questions come as a standalone question in grade 7 exams, but they are of great importance even for people that are writing their grade 12 exam as well as grade 9, because as you get to simplify your questions, there is a point at which you may be needed to multiply decimal numbers, especially in paper 1 where you do not have calculators. So you need to know how you can multiply decimal numbers without a calculator. So how do we multiply decimal numbers without a calculator? All right. So let's start with the first one. We have 5.1 this, and then we have 0.2. So what we are supposed to do here, what we are supposed to do is to disregard the decimal points, okay, the decimal points, and then just go on and carry out the multiplication as if you do not see these. What do I mean? So in this case, we're going to say 2 multiplied by 1, we're going to get 2. 2 multiplied by 5, we're going to get what? 10. All right? Now, in this case, what do we have here? We have a 0. So we can say 0 multiplied by 1, 0. 0 multiplied by 5, it's 0 and 0, 0. Okay? At this point, we are supposed to add. I hope that is clear. At this point, we are supposed to add. So how do we add? We're going to get 2, 0, and 1. Okay? Now, do not forget that we are multiplying decimal numbers. So we need to come to the original question and look at how many decimal places do we have. How many decimal places do we have? How many numbers after a decimal point do we have in the entire question? So you will discover that here we have 1 decimal place, and here we have also 1 decimal place. So together they are 2. Together they are 2. So we are going to count here from this side. We have 1, 2. So our decimal point is going to be here. So this is what is going to be our answer. We're going to have 1.02. I hope that is clear. The total number of decimal places in the question should be the same as the number of decimal places in the answer. All right? So this is what we are supposed to have. So I'm taking you to the second one, which is 0.3 multiplied by 1 point. All right? So I'm going to start with, either way you can start with the first one. Multiplied by what? 0.3. What have I told you? What I'm saying is that when you are multiplying, forget about the decimal points. Forget about the decimal points. For instance, for this one where we have 0 point, we can actually ignore this 0. Okay? We can actually ignore this 0. Since we do not have, you can't ignore this 0. What I mean is that 0.002 or 3. When you are multiplying, you can just get this as a what? As 3. Okay? But you still know that you have how many decimal places? 3 decimal places. But if you do not want to make, you can still get it as it is, everything. All right? So, when you multiply here, I was saying, if you want, you can maintain it. You multiply 3 by 4. What do we get? 3 multiplied by 4, we get 12. So what do we write here? We write 2. 3 multiplied by 0, it will be 0. Then we bring the other one, which we had 1. 3 multiplied by 1 to be. Then at this point, I told you that we have a 0. You multiply throughout, it will just be 0. Then you add. What do you get? 2, 1, 3. Okay? Is that clear? And if that is clear, you can pause the video here and write your answer now. So we need to look at how many decimal places do we have in the question. How many decimal places do we have? Here we have 1 decimal place and we have 2. Altogether we have 3 decimal places. So even our answer, it must give us 3 decimal places. And I said we count from this side. We count from the right hand side coming this side. So we have 1, 2, 3. So where should be our decimal point? Our decimal point must be here. So we'll just add a 0 here. This is what is going to be the answer. And I want you to do that at easy without the use of a calculator. It's going to make your life very easy in mathematics. All right? You can do the third now. So I'm going to do the first 3 and the last 3 are yours. The last 3 are yours. All right? So here we have now 0 point. All right? What do we have? We have to multiply by 2. This is just a whole number. Take note. This is just a whole number here. Multiplied by 2. Okay? So when we multiply this one, what do we get? This is going to give us 18. Okay? This is what you're going to get. This is what we're going to get here. When you multiply 0.09 by 2, you're going to get 0.18. You have 2 decimal places. But this is not the end. This is not the end. What we got here ought to be multiplied by 0.5. Take note of that. Take note of that. All right? So now, after we have done this, now you go ahead and also multiply these numbers. How do we multiply? This is what I was telling you, that you can say multiply. Forget this one. This 5 multiplied by 8, we get 40. So we write 0. 5 multiplied by 1, what do we get? We get 5 plus the 4, we're going to get 9. 5 multiplied by 0, what are we going to get? 5 multiplied by 0, what are we going to get? We'll get 0. This is what we are getting. I hope you're following. Now, after we have gotten this one, at this point, how many decimal places do we have? How many decimal places do we have here? How many decimal places do we have? 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. Then this is where we are supposed to, this is what we're going to have as our answer. Okay? This is what we're going to have as our answer. I hope I've explained all the challenges that you may face. Remember, we're just building the foundation as you prepare yourself for the work ahead of you. You need these basics, especially for some of you that were in school some time back. This is going to help, and you're supposed to manage to do these things. Okay? I hope that is okay. Even if you have got something like 2.23 multiplied by 0.0003. Okay? All I'm going to do is that I'm going to get multiplied by 3. I've gotten these ones here. Multiplied by 3. I have got 9 and 6. Then how many decimal places do I have altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take note of that. How many decimal places do I have in the question? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then how many do I have here? 1, 2. So I need to add some more, because they're supposed to be 6 altogether. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.0. Take note of this one also. Take note of this one. Take note of this one. Okay? Take note of this one. I hope that is clear. So you can do these 3. Alright, so we'll be able to do the other part also. Okay.